distribution. Now, till now, we looked into various distributions where generally we said it is P of X is equal to X. So we had some experiment like number of, heads obtained when we toss two coins, or the outcome of the die, or some, probabilities given like X is equal to X by K. So some function was given as the probability mass function. Now we'll look into the distributions of these discrete random variable, which are somewhat called as standard. Why they are called as standard? Because they are mathematically modeled for all such class of experiments. So when I say coin tossing, for various values of probability of getting head, I could give a single model. Now what happens is that, so every time when I say X is equal to number of heads, when I toss two coins, so the number of heads will be 0, 1, 2. And if I assume that probability of getting head is 1 by 2, the probabilities here will be 1 by 4, 2 by 4, and 1 by 4. So this is the model when we toss two coins. Now similarly, I could have the model which is this P of X is equal to X for three coins with the probability say 1 by 8, 3 by 8, and 1 by 8. Now when I mean a standard, I could give you a function, probability function, in terms of the number of coins tossed as well as the output X with respect to certain probabilities. So we can modulate all these cases. So for a general case where I'm tossing n coins, where the probability of getting head is P, and I could come up with a mathematical form like this. So these are called as standard because they are based on the theoretical assumptions. So we have certain distributions or the PMFs, which are the result of certain theoretical assumptions or theoretical proofs, and they could be used to model any particular case of experiment when it comes to a practical approach. Theoretical assumptions or proofs or results, etc., and they could be used for particular cases also. So a general function. So what we are doing is we are generalizing a particular distribution. So several cases use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವೇರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ will be getting different distributions. So they are called as the standard discrete distributions. So standard discrete distributions are nothing but the PMFs, which are the results of the theoretical assumptions as well as the proofs, and we will be using them for the particular case of the practical approach. Now, as said, they are based on the theoretical assumptions. So those assumptions like the sample space is finite, they are discrete, and we could obtain the mathematical expectation provided it exists. So all those cases are common. So what we do is I'll be talking about several such PMFs, and we'll be using the definitions what we have learned in chapter 1 and deriving the standard cases. Now, when I said mean for a particular distribution, we had the column of x and px given. So we'll multiply x into px and we'll obtain that. Now, what we have is p of x is not the individual values given for x. It is just a function in terms of x. So without using the actual expansion in terms of the columns x into px, we'll use the mathematical results in obtaining the mean, variance, MGFs, and so on. Now, the first distribution which we'll be talking is called as a distribution, Bernoulli distribution, and this idea, this distribution was given by a mathematician called as James Bernoulli. So we define a special case of experiment here. So we know that The random variables are nothing but the results of the particular experiment. So first we'll understand what is this Bernoulli experiment, and then how this model could be used and where this model could be used. So we have a random experiment. So random experiments are the experiments which gives us different outcomes every time when we perform under the same environment or the conditions, but we know all possible outcomes. Those random experiments with only two possible outcomes. So now, out of the several possible random experiments, wherever you have the situation where the outcomes are only two possibilities, in all those cases, you can use the model given by this person Bernoulli, and that model is called as Bernoulli distribution or Bernoulli PN. And he says these two possible outcomes could be generally categorized as success as well as failure. So you define success as well as failure according to what you need as an outcome. Say for example, so he said mathematically indicate the success by 1 and failure as 0. Now let us take the experiment where there are only two possible outcomes. So you are waiting for your examination result. So let us say I categorize the examination result. Of course, there are several cases there: pass class, fail class, first class, second class, and so on. So they could be generally grouped into two cases now. Pass class, so whether you are second class, distinction, first class, everything comes under this category, and fail class. So this is an experiment. So here, if I say pass is a success, I can indicate that by 1. Failure can be indicated by 0. Or if you say I take the failure as the success and pass as the failure, in that case you can interchange 0 and 1. Now similarly, another such experiment could be, say, result of throw of coin. So result of throw of coin. So you are tossing a coin. Now you could get only two possibilities, say H and T. So if you say success as head, then you are counting the number of heads here. So here we say X is equal to number of head is the variable. So if you are counting number of heads, then your H can be modeled as 1, T can be taken as 0. So if you are counting number of tails there, then this will be 0, this will be 1. So in this example, if you say X is equal to number of tails, then you are calling the number of tails as the tail. Now, since we are tossing only one coin, I could observe only one tail. So the maximum possible value is 1, minimum value is 0. Now, instead of the say throw of a coin, if we want to model the throw of a die into Bernoulli case, now we have 6 possible outcomes for the die. Now you define grouping such that they could be grouped into two possible cases, which is success and failure. Now you can define your own events with respect to this. So I could say getting an odd number as success, getting an non-odd number or even number as failure. Or simply I could say getting the multiple of 3 as success and non-multiple of 3 as failure. So we are somewhat, what we are doing is we are somewhat splitting the sample space into two groups where some elements could be taken into group 1 called as success and the remaining are taken into group 2 which are failure. So if you are modeling that in terms of event, so you have A and A dash, so complementary and they are mutually exclusive as well as they are exhaustive. So this is what a Bernoulli experiment is. So in the situations where you can model the experiments, the total possible outcomes into only two main groups, which are success and failure, then he said you could take the success value as 1, failure value as 0. And since we have created two parts in the sample space which are complementary to each other, if you call this as event A and event B, as he said, success as well as failure. And if you define probability of success generally with some probability, say P, and since they are complementary to each other, I could write probability of failure as 1 minus P, because P of A dash is equal to 1 minus P. Therefore, he gave generally those cases the probabilities as P and 1 minus P. And to simplify the notation, we'll be using Q to indicate the value of this. Now, this model works very well under the assumptions, laid down assumptions. What are the assumptions? Your random variable is taking only two values. You have a finite sample space. It could be split into two categories, success as well as failure. And you have the probability P. And when I say probability P, probability must always lie within 0 and 1. And here, he strictly said your success cannot be, probability cannot be equal to 0. And it cannot be equal to 1, because what happens is that if you say exactly P is equal to 0, that means every time the experiment is producing failure. If you say P is equal to 1, every time the experiment is producing success. That means there is no experiment at all. Every time you are observing only one particular outcome, then it is no more random experiment. Hence, the equality in this will be removed. Because if I assume equality, there is no different possible outcome. There will be only either 0 or only either 1. Now, if you look into the total probability, so you have 1 minus P plus P, which comes to 1. Then this is the PMF, and this is called as Bernoulli PMF or Bernoulli distribution. Now, for various values of P between 0 and 1, you can generate any number of such Bernoulli models. So if you take, you're talking about the experiment of tossing a coin where probability of head is half and head is taken as success, then you get the probability model for that distribution as X values 0 and 1 with probabilities half and half. We are talking about some unbiased coin where probability of getting heads is 1/3 compared to probability of tails, then your value of P is 1/3 and Q will be 1 minus 1/3, which is equal to 2/3. So this is another Bernoulli model for the same experiment of tossing the different coin, which is the unbiased coin. Unbiased coin and the probability of getting head is not same as probability of getting tail. Now this model, which is 1 minus P probability for 0 and probability of P for 1. So this P is called as success probability and 1 minus P is called as probability of failure. The same model now can be generally given in terms of a mathematical function, and the PMF of the Bernoulli function is given by P to the power of X into 1 minus P to the power of 1 minus X. Now this entire table is given by this particular function, and as we know, my X is equal to 0 or 1. And if you're talking about any other P or any other X other than these two, the probability will be 0. Now let us see how this produces this table. And the probability function, I have to substitute the values of X. As said, they are the general models. For a particular case, you have to use the particular value for X and P. Now, if I say P of X is equal to 0, the very first probability, that means I can substitute the value of X here and I generate the probability. So what happens when I put X is equal to 0 here? It becomes P power 0 into 1 minus P to the power of 1 minus 0. P power 0 is 1. 1 minus P to the power of 1 minus 0 is 1 minus P. So I get the probability for 0 as 1 minus P. Now similarly, when I put X is equal to 1, so I get this 1 minus 1 as 0. 1 minus P to the power of 0 is 1. So I'll be left with P power 1, which is equal to P. So this is the PMF of Bernoulli distribution. So the definition goes like this. What is Bernoulli distribution? What is Bernoulli PMF under Calibret? A discrete random variable taking two values say x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1 with the probability mass function p of x equals x is equal to p to the power of x 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus x. Whenever you are writing the standard PMF, the values for which it holds good, that is the range of x as well as the value of p must be written. So is with PMF is called as a Bernoulli variable or Bernoulli variate, Bernoulli distribution, Bernoulli PMF, etc., where p is the parameter. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ for various values of p which are in between 0 and 1 we could compute different such Bernoulli experiments for various values of p. So p is the population constant. So p is the population constant here because as p changes the distribution changes. We get several such Bernoulli distributions for several such cases. So we have the model now. Now once we have the PMF, we know the PMF, we could compute the values of mean, variance, standard deviation, your MGF, the first 4 moments, and then mean deviation from mean. So all the measures which we have learned, the definitions which we have learned, those things could be computed for this particular case. So I'll derive all the measures what we have learned for this distribution only. In the remaining cases, I expect you to do the derivations. So ಕೆಲವು initial steps ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಾನೇ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 1 ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಕೊಡೋದು. ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 2 ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ. So we'll now look into the mean and variance of Bernoulli distribution. Now mean is nothing but expected value of x, and since we are dealing with the discrete random variable, my definition for expectation of x is total of x into px. Now we are talking about the Bernoulli model, so my x either takes 0 or 1. So for x is equal to 0 to 1, I'll have x into px. Now we know the model p of x is p to the power of x 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus x. So in place of PMF, I substitute that. Now do the expansion. So first value is x is equal to 0. So I get 0, p to the power of 0, 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus 0 plus 1 into p to the power of 1, 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus 1. So since my x is taking only 2 values, the summation is just the sum of these 2 values. Now since this is finite quantity, 0 into that is 0 plus, so I'll have 1 into p power 1 into 1 minus p to the power of 0, so which leads to value p. So the mean of the Bernoulli distribution or the Bernoulli model is only the probability of success. So if you know the probability of success, I could easily obtain the mean. So that's why this p is called as parameter. And you will observe that the measures like mean deviation or variance, standard deviation, everything is based on p. So if you know the probability of success of the experiment or the model, you can easily take that model to be Bernoulli model, as well as you could know the values of the measures without doing any calculations because they are already established. So we have the formula mean of Bernoulli antandre is equal to p. Now similarly, now we have to obtain the variance of Bernoulli distribution. Now to obtain variance, I need e of x square. Barkodi idu ex barkodi, ade tara e of x square ಮಾಡಿ and tell me what will be e of x square. So next we'll obtain E of x square. By definition, E of x square is summation of x square into px, which becomes summation x equals 0, 1 x square into probability. So I'll have 0 square into p power 0, 1 minus p to the 1 minus 0, 1 square into p power 1 into 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus 1, which comes to the same answer, which is equal to p. So this is our expectation of x square. So if I look into the formula, variance of x is expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. So we just derived expectation of x square to be equal to p, and E of x is also equal to p. So p whole square is p square. See, if you know the value of p, you can just compute variance. You can further simplify this as p into 1 minus p, and we have taken 1 minus p as q. So you could say variance is equal to p. So for a Bernoulli model, variance is just the product of both probabilities. That is, if you multiply probability of success as well as probability of failure, you will easily get the variance. Now, once you know the value of variance, you could obtain standard deviation. Standard deviation is defined as square root of variance of x. So for a Bernoulli PMF or Bernoulli model, standard deviation is equal to square root of p. So easy 3 marks ke the question gado derive the mean and variance of Bernoulli. So Bernoulli PMF ಹೇಳಬೇಕು and start with the definition of E of x square, E of x, and obtain mean as well as the variance. Now using the same concept now, you can obtain the other two moments. Our E of x square is nothing but mu2 dash, E of x is mu1 dash. Now compute similarly E of x3, that is mu3 dash, as well as mu4 dash. Now, since it is a simple model, you could straight away give me the answer. N barbodu mu3 dash and mu4 dash. What is mu3 dash? Expectation of x cube. So in place of x square, you'll have x cube. Now, since your x is taking only 0 and 1, any x power k is also 0 and 1, because 0 power k is 0, 1 power k is 1. So all the moments, that is the raw moments about origin, are always equal to p. So in general, you could say any moment mu k dash is equal to p for all k. And this happens only for a Bernoulli model. So I'll observe mu3 dash is also p, mu4 dash is also p. So now once you have obtained mu3 dash and mu4 dash, you could comment on the values of beta 1 as well as beta 2. Martirado. So we have E of x cube, which is our mu3 dash, that is summation of x belonging to x cube into px. So which becomes sigma x equals 0 to 1, x cube into p power x, 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus x. So which leads to p only. Now similarly, expand mu4 dash and compute your mu4 dash. So that is also p. Now once you have this, you can easily obtain mu1, mu2, mu3, mu4. So write the formulas for mu3, mu4 and derive them. Okay, so I'll end the session here. So this is your homework. So complete this if possible. Try to obtain beta 1, beta 2, gamma 1 and gamma 2 also. Next class will be tomorrow. So this week I'll be taking all the sessions. Next week the class will be only on Wednesday and Saturday, my class, because the other two teachers will also be taking. So hectic ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?